Designed with the driver in mind, the all-new Mazda CX-90 is the perfect blend of high-performance appearance and world-class refinement. Right now, get 0.9% financing on the all-new CX-90 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer. Team Mazda, a member of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you had plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Guten Tag.
Well, good. Farfignugan.
Oh, wow. Farfignugan. Farfignugan?
Gesundheit.
Oh, achoo.
I don't even know what's going on.
We got an email in German to the newsroom about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, it's a.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that. No, I thought it was like a fig leaf over my my bit. Over my bits. I didn't know what that was.
You do look censored.
It's like I did. It's like censor or censoring.
Yeah, you look perfectly censored.
It's like what's going on down there?
It's a reminder.
It's a post-it. It looked like a very special placement. I didn't know what was going on right there. Man, we went from weird to weirder.
Off the rails on a Thursday.
Let's do this, please.
Yes, because this is beautiful. I tell you what, looking at it sure is pretty.
Gorgeous.
Feeling it may not be.
That's true.
It's another chilly start in our part of the world. In fact, Steve says it's been kind of feeling like winter, but Steve, good news for a lot of folks who don't like the cold. It's not staying around for too long.
Yeah, that's right. People like me that aren't big fans of this cold weather, it's going to exit here pretty quickly over the next couple of days. But as you head out this morning, make sure you bundle up. We've got some spots at or below freezing. New Road's 31. Opelousas as cold as 28 right now. Bogalusa 32. Slidell 31. Here in Baton Rouge, a few degrees above at 35 right now. We've got clear skies to start out. This our Sky 9 view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. Now, after our coldest morning so far, the fall, temperatures will rebound a good bit into the afternoon. We're around 60 at noon, going 69 for a high today, which is better than the 62 we had yesterday. Still below normal, but warmer than it was, and not as much wind today. Winds out of the east and east-southeast at 5 to 10. The Greater Baton Rouge State Fair continues out the State Fairgrounds this evening tonight. Gates open up at 5 o'clock. Pretty comfortable early on in the mid to upper 60s. It gets chilly as the evening wears on, so I think sweaters and jackets as we fall down into the 50s. Remember, it comes to an end, or they close the gates, shut it down at 10 o'clock tonight. We're not alone with the chilly weather. Cooler air has overspread much of the country this morning, but again, the pattern's going to change a bit as we get into the weekend. Now, one thing we certainly would like to see is more rain, but right now, just not much in our outlook. In fact, it's pretty quiet across most of the country. About the only rain we can find for you this morning is up in the Pacific Northwest. Over the next 7 days, Weather Prediction Center outlook, my forecast suggesting we're not going to get much help. Weather Prediction Center keeping it mainly dry right on into next Thursday morning. A quick check on the tropics now. Still tracking a trough of low pressure here in the Caribbean, moving off to the west, but development odds continue to trend in the right direction. That would be lower, now listed at 20% as of the 7 a.m. update. This should continue westward towards Central America. Now we're into November. You can pretty much say hurricane season is over in our part of the world. We are going to warm up into the weekend. Now tomorrow morning still chilly, just not as cold. We start out in the low 40s, but 76 for a high tomorrow. We'll go 80 Saturday, 81 Sunday, much warmer. Don't forget fall back. Saturday night, Sunday morning, daylight saving time officially ends 2 a.m. Sunday. Set the clocks back an hour before you go to bed Sunday. Also, good time to change the batteries in your smoke detectors and test those carbon monoxide detectors as well. We'll keep it fairly warm, dry through the mid part of next week. Might get our next cold front in here late next week with a few showers. Time now, 7:06. So Johnny, I am definitely not a fan of this cold stuff. What do you think about it out there?
I'm ready for winter to be over myself. Yeah. Actually, for a little while, this cold is okay. Much colder than that, you start wrapping pipes. I'm not in for that. Let's look at some interstate traffic, shall we? We've got a lot of traffic coming in from Denham, but we always do at this time of morning. What we don't normally see is traffic coming in from the Gonzales area, slowing down into Baton Rouge, and we do have some of that, and that's going to be due to a crash on I-10 westbound, not too far from Essen. So the crash is going to be right up here. Here's the Bluebonnet right before, between Siegen and Bluebonnet, it's where we see that backup, and there it is, 10 westbound from right past Siegen all the way to the point of a crash on I-10 west near Essen. Keep an eye down it for you. This is kind of in the neutral area, but another little fender bender is on 110 northbound, right at the Convention Street off-ramp, right past Government. Not really slowing down that traffic much. We're just watching it. They're in the neutral area there, so the traffic does not seem to be affected. Let's see where this police officer pulls up. That might affect part of the off-ramp. I think we're good. I think we're good. That's 110 northbound. Bridge traffic is cleaned up nicely, as a matter of fact. Every morning we go to Studio B with Matt and Liz to give you a little brief summary of some of the more important headlines you might have missed during 9 News this morning. It's 9 News Now, and there they are. Liz and Matt, good morning.
Johnny, good morning to you. And we start with an update here. A shooting out of Zachary, where Zachary police tell us one person was shot. We're still trying to get some new details on this. We're told that one person was taken to a local hospital with serious injuries, and we're still waiting for an update on the victim's condition, but we believe someone's been arrested.
Yeah, that's the other thing they're telling us as well. A person of interest, right, has been arrested. It's about 9 o'clock yesterday evening, the 2100 block of Westfield Avenue, if you're familiar with the area. So again, one person injured, taken from the scene, one person of interest arrested as well. Still no word officially on charges with all of this, what they might be facing. So a lot of questions to be asked. We are asking those questions for you. When we get the update, we'll make sure to pass it along.
We sure will.
From that to this, though, a pedestrian taken to the hospital after being struck by a vehicle.
Yeah, this happened on Avenue I, that kind of places you here, near Scotlandville part of the world. So let's place you here, not far from Southern University's campus. And we're told that the person is said to be okay. We're still trying to figure out exactly what happened here, or we're not exactly sure what led up to the incident. We're just told from first responders who got to the scene there that one person was hit. Again, they're expected to be okay, but again, waiting for some more details on the investigation portion of this.
Right, we'll get you all caught up. A lot of phone calls being made right now.
Yeah.
You know what, Dion Giller was talking about this morning from this very room, a pretty large trash fire involving eventually several vehicles. I mean, this stuff is going to go up pretty quick.
And that's exactly what Dion was explaining from the Baton Rouge Fire Department. They shared these photos here. And again, we're seeing fires for a number of different reasons. But this one, again, trash fire started by, it looks like trash and then a number of vehicles along the way. This happened in Victoria Drive, kind of between Prescott, near Airline as well, if that kind of places you in this part of the world. The area it happened is kind of a commercial region where there's quite a few businesses in that part of the world, but they're still investigating exactly how this may have started. Fire investigators on the scene, so we're waiting to find out exactly what's going on, but fire investigators and the fire department tells us that they've actually put out the fire. So you might see some lingering smoke. They're going to keep their eyes on it.
Okay, so here's the thing though, wasn't just that fire. We were talking about a house fire, double house fire over the last 12 hours or so in Baton Rouge. Fire one spot spreads to another home because of some winds, and they're saying it was a space heater that kind of got left unattended, right, and left by something that was flammable. That's what caused it.
Yeah.
The overriding guidance always from those in the know and those who have to respond to this, make sure you got one of these things working in your house.
Please.
It could save a life.
Yes, if you do not have a smoke detector, I know a lot of people typically wait for the time change to check them.
Yeah.
If you don't have a working one, well, go ahead now. Check that now, because we've had 2 cold nights in a row where people have turned on their heater. If you don't have a heating unit, people are using their ovens, space heaters, but those things, like we've seen in the last 24 hours, got too close to flammable material. So please check that smoke detector, make sure it's working. If you are using some kind of portable smoke heating device, please be sure that you are using that safely. Make sure that it's actually plugged into a wall, not an extension cord. Steve has been talking about all these warm safety reminders too, because we're trying to avoid situations like this.
This is a combination story. Callie was talking about this morning. This is about safety tips, but also if you are maybe looking for a place to get inside right now, don't have a home of your own, St. Vincent de Paul has some stuff waiting for you. Actually, St. Vincent de Paul could use a little bit of help if you have the means. Find the story, it's right there waiting for you. Callie's put it together pretty nice for you. Okay, is this coming together? We've had a few rounds now of Baton Rouge Police Chief candidates stepping up to the microphone.
We're getting down to the wire here. In fact, Chief Murphy Paul says he's going to take a little bit more time before he gets off the seat, because that list is still getting narrowed down to that final 5. That special committee tasked with trying to figure out who the best final 5 candidates will be. Well, they had another round of interviews yesterday, interviewing 5 different people. Today, another round of interviews happening at 4 this afternoon. Again, the goal is to narrow down that list, whittle it down to 5 candidates by tomorrow, close of business. So what will we see? Whose names will we see on that list? Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll keep you in the know, of course. A lot of folks want to know about what's going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of conversations, stormwater master plan, stormwater fees, stormwater runoff. These conversations and those words, man, that can get people getting going here in South Louisiana, especially after the floods and everything that's going on. what is the latest when it comes to potential stormwater fees for people in East Baton Rouge Parish? We may, in the very near future, have to think about some of the stuff we're paying for.
And Metro Council is looking into this, still kind of relying on some of the past funds
You're
used
right.
to pay this out.
Yeah.
But what will it look like when residents of EBR will have to pay for that? Well, it's going to go to eventually a vote for voters in the area. But the council's still working on figuring out the best plans, and they're going to be talking about it in their meetings to come. We'll let you know what that refined process looks like and what they end up sending to voters.
Yeah, we'll see what the bill is going to be here.
Ooh,
We'll
yeah.
remind you, early voting for the general election. General election is November 18th, but
Yeah.
early voting for that actually kicks off tomorrow. All the locations that you need to know right there waiting for you, so make sure you go ahead and do that. And how about some specials on tap?
Yeah.
One that you got to travel to, one you can just sit on your couch for.
Let's start with the one that you travel for, right? If you'd like to relive the glory of the LSU Lady Tigers
fun.
2023 season,
Yeah.
well, they are airing a special documentary tonight, piece by piece. The catch is that you have to go inside the PMAC to catch it tonight. And they're asking you to register. We've got the link to it and
That's
the
right.
story here on the 9 News app. They're doing door prizes,
Yeah.
giving stuff away.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time
gonna be
tonight.
fun.
Doors will open at 7 o'clock in the PMAC. The documentary airing starts at 7:30.
I don't want to go outside. It's too cold.
You
Can-
don't
can I-
have
Can I
to.
stay inside and do something else?
You sure can, because it's Beat Bama Week, man.
Look at this, going for it tonight right here on WAFB 630, our 9 sports special as we get ready to hopefully beat Bama for the second year in a row on the field. Again, the 9 sports team putting this together for you, going for it tonight at 6:30. Guys, this is, it's about that time. We've been talking beat Bama all week
Yeah, we
long. and
have.
we're,
Wow, it is the Johnny Asian show.
It's
with
like Inception.
A portion of Steve's head. Yeah.
The
He's
heck?
everywhere. He's
Turn that
everywhere. Look at that. Johnny A,
that
Johnny
off.
B.
well, it is Johnny
Yeah.
Asian's show.
That is
He
true.
does like to take a lot of time
That is true.
to, let
And we
folks
send
know
it
what
back.
he has to say.
Because of what he has to say is important.
What do you have to say, Johnny?
Turn that off. Do I need to come back and teach them how to push buttons in there? After all, we have 100 cameras in here. Where are you going to be today? Beat Bama?
Be at
Drive.
Beat Bama Blood Drive at Benny's.
Which one?
On Segan. So I'll get out there about 10:30 this morning after we wrap up 9 News at 9. Come on out.
And out of all the sports specials, the Beat Bama sports special tonight is one of my favorites, so watch it.
I don't even know where to look.
I don't either.
He's everywhere.
The winning play is the Buy Here, Sell Here event at the Team Automotive Group. Buy here and save on hundreds of certified and pre-owned vehicles. Or sell here and we'll pay you top value. Buy here or sell here and you'll be the winner at every location of the Team Automotive Group.